Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got a Slay the Spire 2 video for you. This is my first video I'm making on this game, but far from my first time playing it. Just going into, where is it here? The compendium and character stats. Yeah, I've got just about 30 hours on this game, and over half of them have been with Necrobinder. I've been very addicted to playing Necrobinder in general, but especially in drafts. If we go over here, you can see I've already not only reached, but cleared the Ascension 10 for Necrobinder. However, I have not yet done so since the new patch. The .100 patch went live a couple of days ago, and there are some pretty notable changes for Necrobinder. I think Silent really had the most hits with the Going Infinite deck, which I've done a couple of times, but some notable Necrobinder hits. Borrowed Time got hugely nerfed. The Doom is increased, and now the energy no longer increasing on upgrade is a pretty notable, nerf there. It's a pretty strong card. I think you probably still just take it, but yeah, very, very notable change. Capture Spirit, another auto-include for Necrobinder, pretty much every time you see it. Also got pretty significantly nerfed. Dirge, also now exhausting. This card, Dirge, single-handedly has won me multiple runs, and I was really surprised when I was on, I think, Mobalytics or some other site, and I saw they gave it like a D rating. I was like, what? Are we talking about the same card? Yeah, Dirge exhausting definitely makes sense. Seance, also now costing a mana, and only going down to 0 on upgrade is also a pretty significant change. Anyway, wanted to, like I said, do a draft run in particular, now that these changes have taken effect. I love draft in any card game. It's always my favorite format. And like I said, I've been very much addicted to Necrobinder drafts in Slay the Spire 2. So let's go ahead and see just how much these changes affect our runs here. All right. Starting off with our first pick. Dance Macabre is a card that actually I believe got buffed. This used to give like 2 or 3 block per card and now gives 4. It's very interesting power, but it's only really good as a very specific kind of deck. Fear is like okay as far as attack goes. I don't really think the ethereal deck is a real thing. Poke is a pretty interesting enabler for the Aussie deck, and it's also not bad in general. I mean, it's a 0 mana attack, so whether or not we go into an Aussie deck, I feel pretty comfortable taking Poke at the start. Okay, now we have a bunch of cards that lead us into various directions. We got a couple of Doom cards here. Death March is kind of a payoff for the Soul deck, dealing 8 damage and then 3 additional damage for each card drawn. I think Scourge is pretty decent in general, even outside of a Doom deck, especially because on upgrade this draws you 2 cards while also applying 16 Doom for 1 energy is really, really good. Blight Strike I'm not a huge fan of even within a Doom deck. I think Death March I'd only take if I was really all in on a Souls deck, so I'll take Scourge here. Okay, so Deathbringer is actually not a bad card. You always have to be careful when you're taking cards that cost more than 1 mana, but 21 Doom, 26 on upgrade, plus 1 weak is pretty worth it. Invoke is like very mediocre. I'd only really take this if there were 2 worse cards in the pack. So is like your quintessential, like you could pick this up for any deck and it's always going to be at least okay. If I take Deathbringer though, that might draw us a little bit more towards the Doom deck. I'm going to go for it. Friendship. This is one of the best cards for Necrobinder. Having any way to gain extra energy is always good, and you usually have to try to find that with relics, but having a 1 mana power that does it is insane. Defy I like a lot more than the deal 7 damage, apply a vulnerable. I think this card is a lot better, and we are going to need to take some block at some point really soon here, but I can't pass up on Friendship. This card is too good. Okay, we have another Poke, but I'm not really going on an Aussie deck, so I'm not really feeling that or Calcify. Dredge is a fine card. I'll take it here. Okay, we have another Dredge. I'm not really looking for a second copy, to be totally honest. Fear, I'm still not excited about. Severance. I think I'll end up taking Severance here, mostly because I don't want another Dredge, although Dredge is also exhaustible. Yeah, I think I will actually take Dredge here. If I had even a little bit of Soul Synergy, I would be more inclined to take Severance, but I think here I'll just take another Dredge. Wow, we really need some cards that give block. In the meantime, I'm still not going in on the Aussie deck, so I guess I'll just take Putrefy. Okay, this is going to have to be good enough as far as giving block. Spur. And no Escape, I guess, for the Doom strategy, sure. Another Friendship? Why not? Okay. We have 0 cards that give block, And we only really have Spur and a couple of cards that give Weak to help mitigate damage. That's a really big issue. We really need to take cards that give block. I'm feeling a little bit iffy on this run. I'm definitely going to prioritize going into a shop ASAP, so I'm liking this path. Although I tend to look for the paths that have the most amount of bonfires. So if I'm looking for bonfires specifically, there's an early shop here. We could go up the left side, hit one elite. In draft runs, I'm not looking to hit elites as much because our deck's already going to be really high quality, so we don't really need to rely on relics as much. I guess we go up the left here and we still hit a pretty decently early shop. I really don't like having 0 block in our deck, though. That's really bad. Alright, we'll go Deathbringer, Friendship. It's going to take so much damage here. Okay, Spur I definitely want to use. Putrefy, and we'll go... Oh, we have one more mana, that's right, okay. That doesn't block all the damage. Oh, no, it does block all the damage, because we weakened it. Okay. So we only took 1 hit there, which is fine. Gain 13 block reduces when anybody dies. Ugh, I mean, I want cards that give block, but this card is not good enough. Nah, I'm going to skip here. Okay, we got the Toad Poles. Let's Putrefy this one. And we'll also... We'll Scourge this one too. We can go Friendship and Poke. Okay. Alright, this one's gonna gain Thorns, and then it's coming in for 12. Yeah, that's gonna have to do it. I really don't like taking this damage. But we're gonna have to here. Oh my god. Okay, pull aggro. Yeah, we'll take it. Third Friendship. I was like, oh my god, but we cannot take that here. Yeah, look at this. We're already down to 29. Okay, that'll only make us take 2 here. Okay, they're coming in for 5. Let's go pull aggro, poke, Scourge. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm still so iffy about this run right now. I feel like it has a lot of potential with the double strength, but I need like anything that gives... Yes, okay, Negative Pulse is literally exactly what I wanted. This card's insane, by the way. I think this is like low-key Necrobinder's best card. Just applying Doom to all enemies while giving block is just, yeah, insane. Literally exactly what we needed here. Okay. Ooh, delay. Can I afford delay and to remove a card? No, but I can afford Grave Warden and to remove a card. Is there anything I really want to remove here? Actually, I'm not that desperate to remove something. I'm going to take Grave Warden and delay. Okay, now I feel a lot better about our deck. Okay, I could go Bonfire to heal into an elite, into another Bonfire, or I could go Event regular fight without a heal into the Bonfire. I actually think this is the slightly less risky path. That sounds kind of weird, but I think that's actually the case. Normally I try to avoid elites, like I mentioned, but the Act 1 elites aren't as bad with a draft deck. Okay, I already feel really good about this. We can delay and Friendship. That'll set us up really nicely for the next turn, while blocking all the damage here. Okay, let's go Scourge first, see what we draw, pull aggro. Let's do that, Negative Pulse and Spur. I guess we can poke too. Alright, cool. So we don't take any damage there. They're not coming in for any damage here, so we can go Friendship, Deathbringer. I'll do Grave Warden. Put a soul in my deck. Sorry for the amount of sirens in the background today. Don't know what's going on out there. Alright, they're coming in for 24. Okay, these days are starting to catch up with me, and I don't have any way to actually gain block, so the Dexterity Potion doesn't really do anything here. They have 41 Doom, so even if I inflict 15 damage... Well, you know what? I think we still throw the Vulnerable Potion here and poke. And then we can No Escape and Spur. Okay, we're still going to take a little bit of damage here, but we can heal at the next bonfire. We kill them. Meal Ticket, that's actually really good. I don't want any of these. These are all pretty bad. I mean, Poke is still, like, okay in our deck, but I'm already kind of thinking about taking that Poke out at some point. Okay, so we can hit 3 bonfires before the next elite. That's really good. There's a fight after this one, so let's heal at this one. And then we'll go into this fight. Wow, I've never seen this guy before. I wonder if this is new. Or if I've just never rolled this enemy before. Okay, so 11 damage and a debuff. Let's go... Let's just block all the damage. I mean, all we have is, like, Spur and other stuff anyway. Going for another debuff. If that's the case, if they're not going to inflict damage this turn, then I definitely like playing Friendship. And Deathbringer to give them a lot of Doom. There's no need to activate a Soul here. Coming in for 21 is a lot of damage. I think what do I have in here? Delay and pull aggro. Okay, if I putrefy, that takes it down to 15. So I only need 8 block here. Let's go Dredge for Soul for sure. If I only need 8 block, maybe we take Grave Warden. And then let's take like Negative Pulse. I have 2 mana. I kind of want to play this Friendship. But I'm also... I'm frailed. I didn't even think about that. It only summons 3. Just do these 2. Yeah. Again, I think blocking as much damage as you can should almost always be your priority. If you're on Necrobinder or Silent, which have like Doom and Poison to passively take care of things. That's 14. Okay, that's more than enough. Let's play another Friendship and get some more energy. Okay. No more debuffs. They're coming in for 14. We have 6 energy. Let's start with a Soul and go for another Soul. Okay, 14 damage. That should be just about enough, yeah, to take care of all of that. Now we can go Scourge and Deathbringer. And yep, that'll be enough. Sick. Love to see it. Defy... Okay, I don't think I'm that... Am I that desperate for more block at this point? I kind of... It gives weak too, which is actually really good. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. And then now I don't need to prioritize taking any more block cards anymore. It's not bad. Definitely going to take the Bonfire here. And, okay, is there anything that I really want to upgrade? I like drawing more cards off of Scourge. I actually think that might be one of the better upgrades there. Okay, Sword of the Stone. I'm not going to be physically attacking anything, so I'll just take the gold here. And then... I could take events up to this bonfire, or I could heal, do a couple of fights, and then heal again. I think I actually like writing events up to the next bonfire. Upgrade a random card in your deck. Yes, please. It's a great, great event. Even if one of these is a fight, like, that's fine. Ooh, I think this is a new event post-patch too. I've never seen this one. Either upgrade 2 random cards or remove a card from your deck. I kind of want to remove one of these dredges, as well as the poke. Or I could upgrade 2 random cards. See, I don't think the upgrades are the highest quality here. Like, our cards are good, it's just that the upgrades themselves that they would get are kind of like whatever. So I'm going to remove. And I think I might actually remove poke, even though it's 0 mana. It just doesn't... I don't know. I was going to say it doesn't do anything for our deck, but it kind of does at the same time. The other thing is removing one of the dredges, but these will exhaust if I don't use them anyway. So I think I am just going to remove poke. Like, even though it's 0 mana, it's still like, you know, if I'm drawing poke, it means I'm not drawing one of my other cards, right? Okay, so sure enough, we did get into one fight, which, like I said, is fine. Yeah, we'll just give them Doom. Caca! One of these guys. Okay. Alright, so they're swinging in for, what, 14? Let's Putrefy you. Pull aggro. And I guess we'll just Spur. Alright, they are going to keep gaining strength, so I'd like to deal with them sooner rather than later. I will Defy on you, because you don't have Weakened yet. We're definitely going to Spur. Let's No Escape you. And then I guess we'll just Friendship here. Yeah, that's the thing about Crow enemies, is the Ritual ability will just keep buffing them every turn. Okay, is it just going to be... What do I have in here? I was going to say, I could Dredge. I think I'd rather, let's go Negative Pulse, then Dredge. For Negative Pulse, Defy, and Spur. We'll Defy you. $16, $21, they're coming in for 26. Let's Grave Ward and just keep the Spur in hand, I guess. Get a soul in our deck and just have this on retain. Alright, there's one of them dealt with, so this will be a lot easier moving forward. Defy. Negative Pulse, get that Doom on. Delay, get some more energy next turn. I guess we'll just Spur. Okay, yeah, it's we can handle him at this point. It's not really going to be an issue anymore. Scourge, see what we draw. Defy. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm casually giving them 122 Doom while they only have 40 HP. That's what I love about drafting Necrobinder decks. The synergy is unreal. Nah, I don't need any of those. Okay, we'll heal up at this bonfire, play it safe, going into the boss fight, and take on the boss. Okay, this boss starts to sleep for a couple of turns, so I should be able to get some pretty good setup here. Like Friendship, and then I can just pull aggro for the summon. Or I could Grave Warden and set up... Nah, we'll just pull aggro here. Get some health on Osti. Okay, he's gonna be asleep for 2 more turns. Let's go Friendship. Now I have 3 mana. I could Dredge for pull aggro again. It would also get this Dredge out of my deck. If I don't play Defy, that will get... Okay, I think I want to keep Defy. But I think I am going to Dredge. I guess I'll just Dredge for No Escape. Dredge. Yeah, okay. I'll just play No Escape and start getting some Doom on here. Okay, you got 1 more turn of sleeping. Let's go... Let's start with Scourge and see what we draw. I like delay, getting energy next turn. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just put some more Doom on. Maybe I should have done something else there. Okay, so I didn't actually deal damage, so he doesn't wake up stunned, but that's totally fine here. We're gonna Defy. I like using Putrefy here, just keep him weak for a bunch of turns. Let's go pull aggro. Dredge. We could Defy again, just get that block up. Keeping Aussie's HP high as well. Coming in for 14, which is totally fine. We can just focus on applying Doom this turn. There we go. We've already got 151 Doom on. And like 3 more turns of weak too. Yep, it's over. It's Jover. That was easy. Okay, we're in a really good spot. I was really iffy about our start there, but we've ended up in a pretty good spot. Okay, Transfigure, this might actually be Necrobinder's most broken card, especially because when you upgrade this, it no longer exhausts. This was one of the reasons Dirge was so broken. I think one of the reasons why Dirge now has exhaust, because if you add Replay to a card that costs X with Transfigure, it doesn't cost X plus 1, it still just costs X. And it replays for the value of X. Meaning, if you use Transfigure on Dirge, and then afterward cast Dirge for 3, it won't cast for 2, it'll still cast for 3, and it'll cast for 3 twice. So, okay, is there anything I really want to Transfigure in this deck? No Escape could potentially be really good. Scourge could be really good, drawing just a ton of cards. 2 mana, apply 32 Doom, draw 4 sounds pretty good. But I don't know how OP that actually is. This would be 2 mana, apply 30 Doom, and then apply 10 Doom for every 10 already on. That's actually really good. Okay, I think I just talked myself into it. The other option was Misery, right? Because then we could apply the Doom on one enemy to the other enemies. But a lot of our Doom that we're applying is AoE anyway, except for No Escape. So I think I'm just going to take Transfigure here. I think that card is pretty good. Okay. Enchant a card with Clone can be duplicated at rest sites. Doubles block gained from a card, then goes to sleep for 2 turns. If you end your turn with unspent energy. Given that we already have 2 strengths in our deck, and we're already incidentally ending turns with unspent energy, I think Pale's Tears is the take here. Okay. As usual, I'm going to look out for bonfires more than anything else. Looks like there's some on the right over here. Okay, yeah, looks like this path on the right. We can just start up here, take some regular fights, hit just a ton of bonfires. That's a really easy path that also will set us up quite nicely. We're at a point where regular fights, I'm pretty sure, are just going to be, like, pretty easy auto wins moving forward. Although I say that, but here, this person's going to come in for some amount of damage, this Thieving Hopper. Let's drink the Dexterity Potion, and then we'll go Negative Pulse, Dredge, Negative Pulse. As always, just focusing on mitigating as much damage as possible, more than anything else. This is a really nice turn to set up Friendship, and then I guess we could delay? Or I could see what I draw off of Scourge, plus that'll apply some more Doom. And then now we can use Defy and not lose it to Ethereal. I don't think I'll need Defy here, but it's like, no reason to lose it if we don't have to. Okay, we're on 4 mana. I could Transfigure, Delay. Would make this cost 3. I would gain 26 block and then next turn gain 2 energy. That would completely block them and set me up really nicely. That's what I mean. I mean, it's so good. The Transfigure is such a good card. Alright, so now we have 6. There are 2 turns from running away. Alright, let's do this. You, Putrefy, Defy, and Grave Warden. Yeah, so normally if I don't have any extra ways of gaining energy, I'm really focusing on making Pale's Tears live, but here it's just like, if I incidentally have it be live, that's more than enough. Wow, Borrowed Time is, I think, still insane, even post-nerf. Yeah, because before it was always just apply 3 Doom to yourself, and then the upgrade is to gain 2 energy, which was very much, like, way too good. I still think this version is good enough. Haunt is obviously really, really good for soul decks. Melancholy, I'm really just not a fan of in general, honestly. Okay, we said we're going up the right here, so we'll do this mystery event. Lose Flex Potion, gain 10 max HP. That is a perfectly fine trade with me. That is so good. Got these little bug rocks here. Okay, we can go Borrowed Time, Delay, Defy, Negative Pulse. Sounds good to me. That blocks everything. Sets us up nicely. Okay, they're only coming in for 8. So we could go Friendship, Spur, Putrefy, I think should block everything. Or enough, at least. Yeah, we're only taking 1 here, that's fine. Definitely gotta watch the Doom with Borrowed Time. That's really easy to lose track of. And just have come back and bite you in the ass. Alright, now here, okay, if I Transfigure, pull aggro, that's summon 8, 14 block, and gives me 1 mana left over. I think we could do better than that, though. Maybe... Okay, let's go Dredge, give me Borrowed Time. 22. We could do Delay again. Or we could do Negative Pulse. I'm gonna get these 2 either way. I think I am gonna Transfigure Delay again. I think for a short fight like this, it's fine to use Borrowed Time like that, but again, you do gotta watch that Doom on yourself. For a long boss fight especially, it's so easy for that to sneak up on you and add up. Okay, so they both have 14 Doom. So Scourge on you, that'll finish you off. We can also Defy you and not have to worry about damage. And I guess we could just go Deathbringer, No Escape, pull aggro, sure, why not? Easy peasy. I actually don't really want another Deathbringer. Like, it's a good card, but I just don't really need a second one. Parse. I don't need to draw cards that badly. Parse is an okay card, but I'd really only want it if I had, like, a ton of extra energy, or if, I just didn't have card draw in my deck yet. I'll just take an uncommon potion. Yeah, that's fine. No need to heal. Let's Smith. I could remove the exhaust on this. That's not always super beneficial, though, to be totally honest. Sometimes you do kind of want that to be exhausted. I think I'm kind of in that spot right now. That's honestly pretty insane. To not cost any more mana, just give you more block and another energy, especially the other energy. I was kind of thinking about Borrowed Time, but I think I'm just going to do Delay. Plus, that makes Delay... Now, if we Transfigure Delay, it gives us 4 energy on the next turn, which is obviously insane. Alright. 15. Yeah, we can just do... We can do Friendship, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Take 1 damage here. Okay, little guy is going to attack for 18. I think I do need to Dredge. Okay, now that's all blocked. I can go Friendship, No Escape. Yeah, that's good. These little guys having Artifact is really annoying for the Doom and Poison decks, but it's whatever. Okay, do I want to Transfigure Defy to give multiple weak? No, I feel like I'd rather Transfigure Pull aggro. here. And then here we don't need to use borrowed time, so I won't. Although it is worth noting that if I ended on 0 energy, I could have borrowed time to gain 2 energy on the follow-up turn with Pale's Tears. Alright, let's start off by using a soul. I like using Putrefy on you again. Pull aggro again. And then I guess we'll just no escape, and there's a lot of damage coming in. I'll use Spur. I'm wondering if I should drink my liquid bronze. No, I think we're fine. Taking 1 again. You already have weakens, so let's defy you and get that artifact off, but I'll keep using Scourge on the bug, and then yeah, we can just do Deathbringer. Okay, yeah, that blocks everything. Honestly, these enemies that debuff your deck by loading it up with cards like Daze are really the most annoying kind. Okay, let's definitely dredge here. Alright, what are you all doing? Attacking for a lot. So let's prioritize block. I have 8 mana. Okay, so we can definitely take pull aggro. Let's take delay. And then let's take defy. We can defy you. Delay, pull aggro, negative pulse. And I have more than enough block to stop them, so we don't need to use Grave Warden. We'll keep our energy and gain 2 more next turn with Pale's Tears. Oh, I was 1 doom away from getting rid of this bug thing. That's really annoying. It's like, you know what? If I drink the Liquid Thorns, I won't have to deal with this guy anymore. I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Although at the same time, it's like, I can already fully block him. So there's really not that much point. We'll save the Thorns. There's no need to do it just yet. $34, that's enough to block all of that, so we can go here and just stack up a bunch of stuff. Why not? Okay, that was like a little bit dicey for a second there, but I mean, in the sense that we took 2 damage, you know. No, I don't want any of these. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going up the right. Okay, now I think I'm gonna Smith Borrowed Time. I think reducing the Doom on that is actually worth it. Because, like, it might not seem like it on the surface, like, oh, 3 to 6 Doom, is that really that different? But it lets you, in a long boss fight, use Doom twice as often, which is gonna add up a ton. I don't care about this key. I'll just take the gold now. I just don't want to fight. Okay, this one is going to be a fight. This is the guy that, like, projects a hologram that attacks you every turn. Okay, so we can Friendship. I'll just set up some Soul and Doom action. Alright, let's go Friendship again. I will defy... I think I'll actually defy you. Pull aggro. And I'm going to Borrowed Time to get the extra energy with Pale's Tears next turn. I like Transfigure on upgraded delay. Sounds insane. There we go. Now, of course, the hologram might die to Doom, but it'll still come back. 9 energy. That's insane. Alright, let's go Scourge. Putrefy. Deathbringer. Negative Pulse. No Escape. Spur. Let's dredge negative pulse and... There we go. Nope, don't need any of these. Let's hit the bonfire and upgrade some more. Alright, are we at a point where we actually want to take exhaust off of Transfigure? We do have quite a few things that we like to upgrade, and we have a nice way of looping energy. So I think we can afford to do this now. Alright, we got 2 fights. We'll heal at the bonfire before going into the boss. Alright, this is an excellent fight to Transfigure negative pulse. Although I probably should have drank my dexterity potion first. That was really reckless of me. Yeah, I'm gonna take some damage here. That was pretty unnecessary. Although, was it unnecessary? I mean, I don't know how avoidable it was. Alright, Deathbringer. Okay, that gets them all within range of dying, so I'll delay to mitigate this damage and then we're good. Yeah, it took a little bit more damage than I would have liked there, but it is what it is. We'll heal at the bonfire. Nah, we'll keep those. Don't need any of those. Okay, just 2 of these guys. The the artifact rather on them is really annoying, but Alright, so they swing in for 18. 10. Gain 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like this. We're going to drink the dexterity potion. Negative pulse. Dredge. Negative pulse. Gives me almost enough block to stop their attacks and also takes off both artifacts on both chompers on turn 1. Okay, let's go Deathbringer, Spur, Borrowed Time, Friendship. Getting that block helps mitigate a lot of that damage there. If it wasn't for the block, I might have just let the Doom energy roll over and then go into Pale's Tears energy. Okay, I have 4 mana, Dredge, Transfigure, and then I could Transfigure... Ooh, Dredge can get back Borrowed Time. Okay, yeah, so let's definitely Dredge first for Borrowed Time. Deathbringer might not be a bad card to Transfigure. No, then I won't be able to cast it this turn, though. Oh no, I would. With the Borrowed Time I could, but that would be my whole turn. I actually don't think that's that great. Let's get Negative Pulse. Maybe I'll just get Friendship. I could Transfigure... Actually, I don't mind transfiguring Negative Pulse here. The first time you play each combat. So maybe I'll go for... Grave Warden. Yeah, let's do it like that. Like that. I have 14 shield. Yeah, I'll Spur. I could have finished this one off, but I can probably just block its damage anyway. Maybe not. Okay. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, that's fine. Those dazed, it really starts to add up in a long fight like this. Ho-hum. Yeah, just waiting for this fight to end at this point. Okay, so there's a couple more days. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. I'm just gonna drink this at this point. I should have drank that like 3 turns ago. Just to finish this guy off. And it would have been this guy finished off by this point anyway. Ugh, yeah, that was a misplay not drinking that earlier. I just wanted to save it for another fight. I guess we'll transfigure delay here. There's no reason not to. Alright, holy fights that took longer than they needed to. Yeah, again, those days, they just add up so quickly. And especially when you're on like a Doom deck trying to apply debuffs to something that's got artifact. Yeah. Okay, we're absolutely going to heal here. Now, speaking of long fights, this is a boss that you don't necessarily want to get into a long fight with. So this might be a little bit tricky. Okay, I definitely like using... Let me draw 2 first here, actually. Oh, that's perfect. We can just get the double friendship on turn 1. Get our energy up right away. Start of your turn, take 6 damage, or draw 1 fewer card each turn. At the end of your turn, rather, take 6 damage. Or draw 1 fewer card each turn. I think I'm going to take the damage. Okay, we have 5 energy, 18, 24 really is what we have to think about here. Apply 1 weak and 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Not really helpful right now. Okay, we can block all the damage coming in, so I'm just going to start putting on as much Doom as I can. Well, all but 1 of the damage. Okay, let's go Defy, Putrefy, Delay, and Spur. Why not? I should have thought about using Dredge there, because I had a lot of stuff in my graveyard. Although maybe I want to save Dredge for later on in the fight. Transfigure on No Escape actually sounds really good right now, but let me actually draw cards first. Yeah, I think I just want to finish this fight ASAP, so I think this is the right call. I could No Escape, Dredge, Borrowed Time, No Escape again. Oh, look at that, we won. Wow, yeah, that copying that No Escape really was the right call, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, like I said, we really just had to make that fight as short as possible. Okay, second Transfigure I think is actually too much. Seance I would be a little bit more inclined to try if it costs 0, because at the very least I could turn my Ascender's Bane into a soul. But starting at 1 mana is actually pretty rough, and not being in a dedicated soul deck already, I don't really know if I want to risk that. Or not risk it, but just have it not be useful, right? It's not going to be useful until I upgrade it and it costs 0. I think I'm just going to skip here. The other option was hang. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, we got the double boss fight because we're on Act 10. Alright, let's start with this. Add Enthralled to your deck. Gain an extra energy at the start of each turn. If this card is in your hand, it must be played before other cards, and it costs 2. It's also eternal, so we can't remove it. I don't like that. Remove 3 cards from your deck, add Folly. I don't love that. At the start of your combat, put a random power from your draw pile into your hand. It's free to play. That's obviously insane, because our only powers are Friendship, which we would love to always see, and for it to cost 0. So we're going to take Jewel Mask. Okay. This is definitely a case where I'm looking to avoid as many tough fights on the way to this double boss as possible. Though, we can see here we're going to have to fight an Elite no matter what. So, if I go up the right, I could do regular fight, shop, mystery events, bonfire. Regular fight, more mystery events into a bonfire, elite, and then another bonfire. I think think we're going to do that. We're basically going to start on the right and then snake up the middle. So let's start over here. Alright, friendship, friendship. Negative pulse, and no escape. Alright, 15. We're going to go Defy. We'll Putrefy, why not? We can go Deathbringer, give you even more weak, and then Spur. And then I'm going to borrow time to get some extra energy next turn. Alright, let's transfigure... Actually, let's Scourge first and draw. Alright, now let's transfigure... Delay. And I can also pull aggro on at it. Way more block than I needed there. Oh my god, if you could get Blur and Necrobinder, which you can, I mean you can do that with custom gameplay stuff, but like Blur and Necrobinder would go so crazy. Okay, I don't really have a lot of way to gain a ton of block here, which I don't love. Yeah, we're gonna take some damage here. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Wisp upgraded, I think is slightly better with the retain, but we already have so much free energy that I'm not gonna really even entertain it. 712 gold. We can definitely think about just picking up all the relics here, which sounds like a pretty good call to me. Got like all these. We could get another no escape. But we already have Transfigure. I don't think that's really necessary. Is there any card I want to take out of this deck? I think the answer might actually be no. I think I actually like every card in this deck. Even the double Dredge I think is fine now, as well as the Putrefy. The Putrefy is actually a little bit unnecessary though, because we already have so many ways of giving weak. Yeah, let's take that out. Also, Vulnerable doesn't do anything in this deck. Alright, so we're going to go Mystery Events up the right, and then Snake up the middle here. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Add Clumsy to your deck, gain a random relic. Unplayable Ethereal. Or lose 6 HP and gain some gold. I was just out of Merchant. These both would have been really good before the Merchant. Obtain a random relic, add Clumsy to your deck. So I only have to draw it once, and I don't see it for the rest of the game, like the Ascender's Bane. I think that's worth a relic. It's some more HP. That's fine. Add Decay to your deck. Enchant a card that exhausts with Soul's Power. Card loses exhaust. Nah, I don't really have anything broken to do with that. Or obtain Forgotten Soul. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. I think that's fine. We can definitely Smith here. Pull aggro or Deathbringer? Pull aggro's numbers go up by so little. Dredge retains on upgrade. That's okay. I think Deathbringer is actually the upgrade here. Ooh, these scrolls are really annoying. They deal so much damage so quickly. We could Transfigure plus Delay and mitigate all of the damage? Yeah, that would be all of the damage, right? 12, 16, most of it anyway. Let's do that. Oh, no, I have to do Spur. Well, I mean, I could do Delay, but I wouldn't be able to cast it. Ugh. I guess we'll just do Spur, and then I'll use Delay anyway. This is actually a good time to throw out the Potion of Binding. Oh, I should have done that first and given myself some Dexterity. I totally forgot about that. Oh well. It's not a big deal. We mitigated all the damage anyway. Alright, let's go Defy on you, Negative Pulse, Grave Warden, Spur. We don't need to borrow time to get the extra. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so if I go Deathbringer, that's almost enough Doom to take care of all of you. Let's go Scourge on you. Pull aggro. Let me Soul and see what I draw here. We're gonna take some damage here. Not ideal. But I guess it's whatever. Really wanted to find just anything else that gave block there. This is why I hate these biting scrolls. They're so annoying. They deal so much damage so quickly. I should have seen... Okay, let's gain 5 dexterity. Okay, Scourge at this stage would not be a bad take to then upgrade. More Doom and more card draw. I think that's actually really good for our deck, because we have so much energy. Like, once you have a critical mass of energy going, then you start to need card draw more than anything else. Trade Anchor for Stone Calendar. Trade Happy Flower for Reptile Trinket. Trade Permafrost for Gambling Chip. Yeah, that's definitely a really good trade. Gambling Chip is basically... Oh my god. Basically lets you mulligan. Love giving draw to one of our friendships, because that could very easily also be the one that costs 0. Alright. Just gotta make it through this. Okay, good. This elite is not that bad. The artifact is annoying, but it's whatever. Any number of cards to replace. I don't want a Sender's Bane. I don't want Dredge. We got both friendships. Am I going to go friendship, delay? I guess is probably the best play here. So, I was going to say, let's put back everything else and see if we can come up with anything better. I'm also going to drink the speed potion now. Just give myself a ton of dexterity. Let's play the 1 mana friendship first and draw 2. Okay, I don't care about those. So we can go this and this. Sick. Now we block all the damage and we have 4 extra energy coming in next turn. Gotta start working on this artifact, which we can do now. Let's go Defy, Dredge, give me Defy, I'll take Delay, and just take Negative Pulse, that's fine. Yeah, let's do it like that. Alright, now all the artifact is gone. We're set up pretty nicely going into our next turn. We got the extra energy. I'm gonna transfigure Deathbringer, because it puts on the most Doom here. Oh, I could even Dredge, and then just do Deathbringer again. Keep my 1 energy. These will deal a total of 8, so I'll take 1. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get 2 more energy next turn. Okay. Let's draw, see what we get. Defy. Wow, that's 33 with the weekend, huh? Let's draw some more cards. I have 4 energy left. Yeah, that blocks everything. And then we'll get 2 more energy next turn. I could transfigure Deathbringer again. This is where things start to get really insane with, you know, your repeat effects. And, of course, having the energy required to cast them. This guy's not attacking, which is definitely fine with me. Yeah, let's start with Scourge. These burns are really starting to eat up a lot in my hand, though. Okay, this should finish them off. Ooh, not quite, actually. Am I really 1 damage short? I guess I am. Okay, let's Transfigure Defy and not take a ton of damage from these burns. Okay, got 5 mana. Let's go Scourge. Okay, yeah, so we can go... Just get as much block and Osti health as we can for this swing. They'll die at the end of it. Capture Spirit right at the very end, huh? Loses 2 HP, add 2 souls into your draw pile. Or ethereal enemy loses 8 strength. I think Enfeebling Touch is actually really good. It's basically like getting 8 block. And sometimes even better if they're multi-striking. I'm going to take Enfeebling Touch. I think it's worth it. Ooh, that's a really good treasure to pick up right at the end there. Alright. We had double boss fight coming in, so I'm definitely going to rest up for this. And, it's actually 2 of the harder bosses back to back. It's the Hydra thing followed by Portal guy. These are definitely 2 of the harder ones, mostly because they're like multi-stage. Okay, any number of cards to replace. I like Friendship here. I don't really have anything I want to transfigure with this hand. Except for maybe Enfeebling Touch. Well, I like Transfigure on No Escape. Okay, so Friendship I'm always keeping, Transfigure and Borrowed Time I'm always keeping. If I Transfigure No Escape and then Enfeebling Touch, I think I really just need to put back the 1 card here. Okay. I'm thinking... Yeah, okay. Well, okay, because I'm also thinking about, like, okay, what if I didn't play... Like, we're playing Borrowed Time no matter what, but what if I didn't play Transfigure? I just went Deathbringer plus Enfeebling Touch. Weak, and then reduce the attack as much as... I think I'm actually going to do that here. And then we'll just start getting extra energy starting next turn. Let's start by drawing cards first. We'll go Delay. I like Dredging for Delay again. I actually like getting Delay and Transfigure and Borrowed Time here. We really got to watch Borrowed Time, though, in a long boss fight like this, as mentioned earlier. Yeah, let's do it like that. I think that's super worth it. We do give them Strength, though. That is definitely worth considering. They're now swinging in for 78, which is kind of insane. Hopefully we can avoid all of that. Their strength just keeps going up. I need to, like, finish them off. Okay. They're coming in for 97. Ooh, I might have misplayed the shit out of this. Whenever you play a skill, gain 3 strength. So that'll still be net gaining block. Alright. Nope, that did it. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess we just... I forgot that one of these heads had strength. Had the thing that gives you strength. Oh, no. We made it all the way to the end and then just lost to the test subject. Like I said, though, that is one of the rougher bosses. But I still feel okay about the fact that we at least made it to the last boss. I consider that to be at least a semi-successful run. I think we just got a poor matchup at the end there. But I think that did give me a lot of insight as to how Necrobinder drafts like to play out post-patch here. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. I'm so addicted to Slay the Spire 2, I'm probably just going to end up uploading more videos either way. But if you really, really want to see more Slay the Spire 2 content, definitely let me know and I will be happy to oblige. But that is going to do it for now. As I said, thank you for watching. This is Hexlex. I am signing out and also hoping that you have a fantastic day.